count your blessings, not your problems. A spiritual perspective, gratitude, awareness, and inner transformation. Life gives every individual a mixture of blessings and burdens, yet where we place our attention determines the quality of our inner world. Two people may live through the same circumstance. One feels broken, the other awakened. One sees only what is missing, the other sees what remains. The difference is not in life itself, but in the lens through which life is experienced. This lens is defined by consciousness. To count your blessings, not your problems, is not a cliché. It is a spiritual technology. It is a shift in perception that awakens inner peace, aligns us with a higher source, and transforms suffering into wisdom. It is not denial of challenges. It is mastery of perspective. This essay explores why gratitude is a spiritual force, how fixation on problems traps us, and how choosing blessings cultivates emotional, mental, and soul-level stability. The nature of the mind. Why problems feel louder. The mind is biologically wired for survival, not happiness. It scans for threats, errors, and future dangers. Spiritually, this is the lower mind, the ego that constantly looks for what is missing to protect itself. It notices who left, not who stayed. It remembers wounds, not wisdom. It fears the future more than it trusts the presence of God. This instinct once kept humans alive. Today it keeps humans anxious. The problem is not that we have problems. The problem is that we make them the center of our reality. Spiritually, the shift happens when we realize what you focus on multiplies, what you appreciate expands, what you fear controls you, what you give thanks for blesses you. Counting blessings does not mean pretending life is perfect. It means acknowledging that beneath the turbulence of circumstances, there is still grace. Blessings are not always loud. Sometimes they are soft, quiet, ordinary. The breath in your lungs, the sunrise that returned without being asked, the prayers that were answered with redirection, not approval. A spiritually awake person recognizes that blessings are not just the things that feel good, they are everything that grows us. To count blessings is not to deny reality. It is to choose a higher one. It is to live from the soul instead of the wound, from faith instead of fear, from awareness instead of emotional reflex. The spiritual power of gratitude. Gratitude is not an emotion. It is a state of consciousness. It shifts from fear to faith, from scarcity to abundance, from struggle to surrender, from attachment to trust, from ego to soul. When a person counts blessings, they step into alignment with divine order. They stop living as a victim of life and begin living as a participant in its evolution. Gratitude does not change the situation. It changes the self who experiences the situation. It opens the heart to spiritual resources that fear cannot access: clarity, intuition, resilience, guidance, grace. The energetic shift. Why counting blessings changes reality. Everything in existence carries energy. Thoughts are energy. Attention is energy. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrational frequencies a person can embody. When you count blessings, the nervous system relaxes, the heart becomes receptive, the mind becomes clearer, fear loosens its grip, intuition increases, faith begins to lead. Your inner state impacts your outer experience. Life mirrors the consciousness with which you meet it. When you honor what you have, the universe gives more. When you ignore blessings, they fade from awareness. This is not superstition, but it is alignment. You cannot receive abundance from a frequency of lack. When we count blessings, we come home to ourselves, back to the heart, to presence, to God, to the inner anchor that no circumstance can shake. Gratitude reconnects us with the divine order of life. It whispers, "You are guided, you are provided for, you are not alone, you are being shaped, not destroyed." Problems may still exist, but they are no longer the author of your story. Why people struggle to count blessing. People often resist gratitude because the ego believes focusing on problems keeps them safe. Worrying prevents disappointment. Constant alertness equals control. Peace means vulnerability. Thankfulness means settling or losing ambition. But the ego is mistaken. Gratitude does not weaken you. It strengthens you to face life with clarity instead of panic. It is easier to walk through storms with a steady heart than a trembling one. Blessings are not found through luck. They are revealed through perception. Problems are not evidence of abandonment. They are invitations to growth. Life does not become easier. You become deeper. Count your blessings, and your life expands. Count your problems, and your life collapses. Your power lies in where you look.